respirator turned on? When is your respirator turned on? When is your respirator turned on? When is your respirator turned on? Doppler, that's it. Your respirator, when is it turned on? Your respirator, when was it turned on?
They're in.
Put the pun back in punctual. Cast is about to begin. Matthew Burdick. Get in trouble just saying your name.
Yahoo! Yeah, me, yeah, you. And your mother too, and your brother too, and your father too.
And welcome to the Leafcast, a first-time reader show based on the epic fantasy series Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. My name is Brian, and joining me as always is my brother Dan, the one with the eyebrows. I
Top
am
of the
one
morning to
with
you,
the stash. Brother Dan, my, we can argue about which facial hair has more function. I believe mustache holds way more added value to my life than your amazing eyebrows.
Hey, Jim Carrey did not become a billionaire actor because he had expressive mustaches.
No, but I mean, I can taste my coffee 3 hours later. Can't.
Well, and I can have birds and wildlife resting comfortably for the winter.
All right. Well, speaking about wildlife, we have some wild first-time readers waiting in the background. Let's bring them in. We love seeing everyone in chat. Let's be super, super nice to each other. This is a fun, challenging week. from Twatcast, I sent you the link in your Discord, and they lived 1 second longer, and then they both died.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
And someone else is living happily ever after too. Maybe
We'll bring her. We'll bring her in when she's
here.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey.
How's your weekend?
It's been a week. Work has been crazy. Kids have been making me pull out my hair, but you know what? I'm here now, and I missed you guys. So.
Oh, we miss you too.
This is a tough time
respite.
this is a tough time for school because this is, I mean, the next break besides today, I think or yesterday they got the day off, right?
Mhm.
Was it yesterday? The next break isn't until like Thanksgiving, and then Christmas is kind of lingering. It's getting colder. It's dark when you go to school. It's a rough time for kids because they just are looking forward to that break.
Those are all northerner problems, just saying. It's still like 74 and sunny in the morning here, so.
Well, yeah.
You just have to deal with hurricanes. Yeah, no big deal.
It is getting in the 30s today, this evening.
Oof.
But it could be worse. We have friends in Colorado. They had over 3 feet of snow over the weekend between Colorado and New Mexico. So, yeah, as Ned Stark says, winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
But one fun thing about this week is we got to read some, I don't know, pretty decent chapters. I think next week is going to knock your block off. I was scanning ahead. Oh, not next week. The week after.
Oh,
next week is still prep. But anyways, but yeah, we have some pretty good chapters. So we can just forget all our woes. We can ignore all the bad decisions that a lot of Americans made this past weekend. We can just slip it. This is what fantasy is, right? Where we can, where we control things. We have. It's not just, I don't know.
It's choose your own adventure.
Choose your own adventure. Very good. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, thanks for anyone who voted, and we'll get them next time. And yeah.
Add a boy, add a girl,
out of them.
Out of them.
I am for they them. He is for you and us.
He's for you.
Yeah, I like a firm division.
Yeah.
Just a clear line. I want to know where do you stand? Where do I stand?
Yeah.
Hey, it doesn't mean we can't high five over the line, but I'm not crossing that line.
Everyone remember where we're at today, and then we'll see where we're at in 4 years. I think we're, I don't know. Mark this. Remind me. With exclamation point, remind me. 4 years. Okay. Let's jump into the chapters, though, if that's cool with you all, unless there's anything you guys want to talk about before.
Nope, let's do it.
Okay. Chapter 14 is called A Box Opens, and we have Cadswain's icon again, the 2 stars and the crescent moon on, like, are those knitting needles?
Hair sticks or yeah.
Maybe hair stick. Yeah, those like.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're knitting needles.
Do they call them hair sticks, Josh?
It's like hair sticks.
Like chopsticks that you put in your hair, you know?
Yeah.
A hair stick.
Oh, wow. I haven't done that in years. I should try that.
This is a Cadswain point of view, and she is sitting with Sorleia, and I think Amos is there too. But Cadswain, they're talking about the prisoner, Samaraj.
Prisoner.
And Cadswain is, I guess, notices how much she respects and treats
Feels
this
similar to
Sorleia. I mean, now keep this in mind: the IAL were the savages of this land, and I think that for Cadswain it was no exception.
right.
And so for her to defer and see eye to eye and see Sorleia as a peer, as opposed to, and this is someone who's talked to queens and kings and false dragons and shit. That's a big deal. She likes Sorleia. We find out the kind of torture, the new torture that's going on for Semiraj is there's a loud sound in her ears and bright lights in her eyes every few minutes. Not anything you can predict, just so that she can't sleep. Because if we gotta, this is again, sleep deprivation is considered torture within the Geneva Conventions. You cannot deprive someone their sleep. And so, well done, you criminals.
Wait. You mean to tell me when we were playing Metallica at guys in Guantanamo Bay that all night that's against the Geneva Conventions, Brother Dan?
I don't know if they even consider that. They don't say you can't make naked pyramids. So, I mean,
and film it.
It's better to beg forgiveness than ask permission. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Yeah. It was Bear, not Amos, who's there. And Bear is like, well, you know what? We could talk to the Carcon. We're like, a few days of delicate IO questioning should make this bitch talk. And they're like, nah, this ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna break. And so Semiraj, in fact, she's able to see him. They take the blinding things out of her eyes and the bells in her ears. She looks, she's like, oh, hey, IU, you guys used to be the greatest servants ever. She says, quote, tell me, how strongly does it bite knowing that how you betrayed your oaths?
Yes, yeah.
And it says here, underlined, quote, the IU had once followed the way of the leaf. You too should follow the way of the leaf. And like and subscribe.
On YouTube, like and subscribe.
But Ryan, we're mentioned specifically. It's commanded by Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson to follow the way of the leaf. Oh, and go next level.
Shameless
Get us a wagon.
Yeah. If you want to go Aram,
get us a cool bright shirt too. So Sorleia is looking. So what's her name? Semiraj spits into him. She's like, yeah, you betrayed your oaths. Sorleia says, quote, she seems so much more human than I had anticipated. Her expressions, her tone, her accent, while strange, are easy to understand. I had not expected that. It goes on to say, Semiraj's eyes narrowed for just a moment at that comment. Odd. And yeah, she's like, she's not a monster. She's not. But this was something that, but this is something that Cat Swain does pick up on.
Demeans her into being just a human, right?
Right. But, I mean, is she?
Looks that way.
Carrie, is Semiraj a human?
Well, this is what, I mean, they obviously go into more detail in this and the other Cat Swain chapter that we read, but the whole concept of the Forsaken being put on pedestals and everybody's like in awe of them, and we have to take a step back and realize, no, they are human just like us. So then I'm like questioning things like, okay, so that means they have to eat, they have to sleep, they have to
poop.
They yeah.
Poop.
So I would say, yes, they're human. It's just, I mean, they're kind of immortal, right? So
right.
It's a different kind of human. They're human with benefits. I don't know.
Yes, I like that. Yeah.
I mean, is like a Dracula is a vampire? Is that a human?
God.
What do you think,
It's kind of
Josh?
hard to say. It's like a gray line.
I don't know if they're human. If they are assured that they can almost come back unless it's balefire. If they have lived for 3,000 years and have these memories, albeit in a cell, and with a soul that it may have been replaced, may have been altered, may have been tainted. I'm not sure if they are strictly human anymore.
I think they're human plus, kind of like a vampire.
Plus.
Human plus.
Well, I mean, like, Dan, like, if we remember, we met Balls on your mom, and he was stark raving mad. And then we meet him as a Shamael, and he's not stark raving mad, right? He's completely different. And then now he's Moradin, and he seems to be even like something.
A cool guy you would sit by a heatless fire with.
Like an upgrade, or?
Well, yeah, Ryan. Is he an upgrade? Where do you consider Moradin within the realm of Balls on Your Mom, Ishamael, Moradin? What's the hierarchy? Has he leveled up every time?
I think Moradin's leveled up for sure because he's got unfettered access to the true power.
But why is he not mad anymore? If it's still right, if it's just reincarnated soul,
he's more zen, right?
Yeah, he
it's
comes
a
out.
little inconsistent because we see the other reincarnated Forsaken carrying with them their past.
Yeah, and I mean, he definitely talks as if he is Ishamael when he's talking with Rand later on. Like they go into their past.
There's Balls on Your Mom and more D's nuts.
Remembers who he was.
Yeah, we'll get into that when that conversation comes out, because really a lot of interesting things happen in that conversation.
But right now they're still kind of talking down about Semiraj, and he's Sorleia says, quote, "In truth, I feel almost disappointed, Cadsuane Meladrin." Sorleia said, shaking a white-haired head. "This monster has very small fangs." There is a Taishar, if you're down for it, quote, "Stiffened at the comment."
Nice.
Yeah, they're tough to come by, guys.
Come by.
I wanted to talk about this comment in a couple paragraphs down.
The blacksmith comment?
About blacksmiths. Yeah, like what is this about sacred nature?
Well, yeah, basically she demonstrated the knowledge of the Aiel's like worshipping of the blacksmith.
Right.
And I think Cadsuane is her POV. She's like, well, that's pretty interesting that she knows that much about the Aiel. Like, yeah. But yeah, like the Aiel like worship blacksmiths is some sort of like the highest profession, and no blacksmith ever is harmed in the waste, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So are they worshiping Perrin? Like that's what
that was what I
like
wondered too. That was the question I came to also.
Well, did he? Yeah, but maybe if he actually did some goddamn blacksmithing every once in a while, they'd be like, "Oh, look at this."
Last POV was difficult.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
She says, I've heard some little of you new oathless Aiel and your interpretations of honor. I would very much enjoy investigating how much pain and suffering it would require before members of your clans will shame themselves. Yeah, man, and that would be arduous because it's like a immovable object and an unstoppable force. Anyways, Sorleia's like, okay, let's get out of here. Can I see your shit? And Cadsuane's like, okay, come with me. All right, come on.
Now, remember, she said that because Sorleia showed her how to travel, and she felt like she owed her like something in return. So that's why she agreed to show her the box.
Right, she showed her traveling, remember?
Yeah.
It says Cadsuane almost snapped a no, but Sorleia had taught Cadsuane traveling, an incredibly powerful tool. That had been an offering, a hand extended. Cadsuane needed to work with these women, Soralea most of all. So it may have been because, but I don't know if it's because or if it was like, all right, well,
tit for a tat.
A tit for a tat, yeah, quid pro quo. But yeah, that's so she's like, all right, come on, let's go. She has this trunk. It's a fake trunk. The trunk is bullshit. You go to the little box on her nightstand. That one's all warded out, but you can't see them because they're inverted. But the thing will sound alarms and flashlights.
Yeah.
And inside are two things. A quote. One was a figurine of a wise bearded man holding aloft a sphere about a foot tall. The other was a black metallic collar and two bracelets, an Adam made for a man.
Mm-hmm.
They said that this is an evil thing. She said Nynaeve said that there was only one male Adam and that she had arranged for its disposal in the ocean, but she didn't personally see it happen, but it looks like there's probably more of these around.
Hey, Brother Dan, speaking of things made with the true power, let's bring in Case Aes Sedai.
Ryan, that's the best intro I've ever heard.
I'm going to go take that to the grave,
Hi, Kay.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm really not liking my angle here.
Very yellow lighting too.
Sorry, it's really hard to see with these shit.
I think it's great. I think it gives you like a Jessica Rabbit kind of vibe. You look great.
It's really great. Anyway, I'm gonna.
You're not bad. You were just drawn that way.
I wish. To be drawn that way. Can you hear me okay though?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Because my earbuds don't want to connect. So where'd Josh go?
Yeah, he saw you coming, and he.
I know.
He ran. Like, he's scared of you.
Bitches, I'm done.
He's like, I'm out.
I don't entirely blame him, but you know.
Well, we were just finishing out chapter 14, and this is
did you get a drinking obligation on the chapter itself? I think it was like opening a box.
Right? A box opens,
right?
All right, that's why we need you right on time, Kate, because we.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's a good one. It's so obvious.
You didn't get that? Okay. Oh well, I am glad I'm here. I missed you guys, though. It's been too long. It feels like it's been a while.
Yeah, it is. It is. The gang's all together.
Too long. Yay.
Right. So apparently, this is when Cadsuane is talking to Soralea. She just showed her the male Adam, like her little stash of shit. She's like, "All right, come on, see my stash." Soralea is unsettled, and she's like, "Well, what about the others?" And Cadsuane says they're, excuse me, burp. They're stored elsewhere. Some acquaintance of mine, Aes Sedai, who have retired from the world, are testing them, trying to discover their weaknesses. They also had Kalendor. Carrie, do we know where these are?
Wasn't Kalendor, was that still in Tyr, or was it moved? I can't remember.
It says they also had Kalendor. Cadsuane was loath to let it out of her sight, but she felt that the sword still held secrets that could be teased out. There is a prohibition on testing a man with the male Adam. Rand was like, no way, no how. You guys put me in a box once, and nope, that's not going to happen. when
nobody puts baby in a box.
Nobody sticks baby in a box. When Cadsuane herself tried got a hold of a regular Adam, she put it on and tried to take it off, and under careful, controlled circumstances, she allowed herself to be collared to figure out what this was and see if there's any weaknesses. But Rand will not allow that with any of the sworn Ashaman children. And then they start talking about Rand. They're like, "Yeah, fuck that guy, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we gotta train him. He's a loose cannon. This fucking guy." And they're like, "Yeah, we'll figure out something."
He's the fucking guy.
For the good of all, Cadsuane agreed. Althor himself, most of all. And that's how it ends. What about this chapter did you guys want to talk about?
She's not wrong.
Right. She says that, quote, "The problem was Althor wasn't ready for the last battle. Cadsuane could feel it in the way he spoke, the way he acted, the way he regarded the world in that dark, nearly dazed expression. If the man he was now faced the Dark One to decide the fate of the world, Cadsuane feared for all people." End quote.
Mm-hmm. Is he ever going to be ready? I mean, or is it just going to be one of those things where you're never going to feel ready, but you just have to do it at some point? Like, I don't know.
It's a good question. It's a good question, Carrie.
I mean, if I think about this, like, from my martial arts perspective, my teacher told me last night that I'm going to be testing for the next level in December. And I'm like, oh, crap, I'm not ready yet. So it's kind of like reminding me of that. Like, are you ever going to feel ready to do something knowing that you have to do it?
Hey, Carissa.
Yeah. What's up, Josh? You came back. I didn't scare you off.
No.
Okay.
I heard my son calling.
That's what it looked like.
Oh. I know. Here comes Kay. Out goes Josh.
I'm out of here.
Yep.
Well, congratulations on that promotion opportunity, Carrie.
That
I'm
is really exciting,
for you.
Carrie. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Congratulations.
it's for those that follow martial arts and kung fu, especially. I'm currently level 8, and I'm testing for level 9, which is going to turn into the red belt or the red sash, and then that's three or 4 steps below the black. But I'm not doing this to get a black belt. I'm doing this for.
It's too right.
It might happen. Nice. I'm just I don't know.
Well, fingers crossed. Let us know.
Fingers crossed. That's one of the forms she has to do.
Oh my gosh, those
so many forms.
Okay. Speaking of forms, though, did you guys discuss all those crazy ass forms in the last few chapters that were so funny?
The sword.
Yeah, there was like eight cool sword forms in like 2 paragraphs.
Yeah, exactly. It was so much fun. I was like, what? Mm-hmm. It pulled me right back into the story again. I'm kind of liking Brandon Sanderson's way of writing. I don't know who he is.
It's easier to understand and flow better. Yeah.
As well.
I think he dumbed it down for me or something. I'm not sure, but I'm going with it, and it's working so far.
His pacing is pretty good. I mean, we have it's these 4 chapters that we have are for the most part. Cadsuane shows up again later, but these are all just like little steps forward for these like for everyone. He's trying to bring the whole herd, all the sheep to a certain degree.
Yes.
So they're like, yeah, we got to do something about this kid. They're like, I agree. And that's pretty much where it ends. Josh, is there anything that you wanted to bring up about this chapter?
Nope.
Okay. Then let's jump to chapter 15. Talk about pacing, right? This one is called A Place to Begin. And this is a Rand point of view. Rand is...
Well, can we start with the first drinking obligation, please, Stanley?
Please.
Which is just Rand woke on the floor of a hallway. Ass up, tits out, and the walk of shame Rand does.
He gathered his shoes and patted across the tiles.
Yep. That's what I imagine.
I imagine he was hungover and he just was laying somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's listening to water. He's like very thirsty. He's like, oh, parched.
Turns out Rand is having some sort of lucid
Slut
dream.
Rand, exactly.
He knows
When
he's
was the
dreaming.
last time? When was the last time we got into his dreams? It's been a while, right?
It's been a long while. He does not dream very often. He wards his dreams so that they are not very active. I think, gosh, it may have been like the second book, The Dragon Reborn.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that far back? Wow.
Or The Great Hunt. It may have even been The Great Hunt. No, probably The Dragon Reborn. When he learns to block his dreams. And then from then on, I don't think we get inside his dream. But here we are. And
that's that really disturbing dream, right? Where he has to kill someone or something. Like he has to kill Egwin. Right?
Ooh, I don't...
Well, yeah, Egwin entered his dream.
Right.
Yeah,
and he's like, not you!
Not
and
you.
he threw a fireball at her.
Mm-hmm.
Was that before he was warding his dreams, or was that post ward?
I think it was what caused him to ward them, I believe. But
I remember that now. Where he like accidentally hurts Egwin because he was dreaming, or was it in the dream?
I think it was in the dream.
I oversteered.
Hard to tell.
Good advice. I don't go from room to room unless they're connected. So he's having a lucid dream. He's like, hey, this place. It says, quote, this place felt different from the dream world and oddly familiar. He sees a fireplace that is a burning fire.
Super trippy too. Like the clouds are all faces, like eating one another and screaming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They're just continually morphing into more screaming faces. And later we hear that there's like
proportions are all wrong. Mm-hmm. And so it's super like, yeah, trippy. Like it's like a dream, like a weird ass dream. Might be, but you're like, oh, that's normal in the moment.
Yeah. It says, quote, it was transfixing and horrifying at the same time. There was no ground beyond the courtyard, just that terrible sky. He said he did. It says, quote, another thing. Rand did not want to look toward the left side of the room. The fireplace was there.
Mm-hmm.
And there, it's the angles and proportions of the room were wrong. And then he notices later that there's like bodies burning in the between the bricks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's two chairs sitting right there. One of them has a man. And Rand's like, I know this man. Rand sits next to him, and he's like, yeah, I've met this guy one time at Shadow Logoth, and he saved my life. And now things have been all fucked. But it says, quote, once Rand had known this man only as balls on your mom, he said, I watched you die. I stabbed you through the chest with Kalendor. Ishama. He's like, that is not my name. I'm known as Moradin now. This guy's like Prince, or no, like like
formerly known as
Sean Combs. Sean Combs. He's like, no.
Formerly known as Balsamon.
It's funny, the whole Sean Combs like indictment. The Sean Combs indictment like makes sure that everything is included. So it's like, so then Mr. Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P Diddy, aka Stone Crusher or whatever, and it says it in his indictment. It has those AKAs all over the place because legally he did certain things with those names. So
wow,
it's pretty funny to read. Okay, anyways,
that's the worst. He's the worst.
He has a chat with Morden. So Josh, Carrie, Kay, I won't even go through it. You guys tell me what you got from this discussion with Morden.
Josh, you go. No, Carrie, you go.
I gotta check my notes. Hold on.
We hear that he shares that balefire is the key, I guess. Go ahead.
Well, when he approaches the room and he's talking about it, he mentions that he's reminiscing from some long ago memory. So I'm wondering, is this an LTT memory or is this a Rand memory where he met him in a dream? So I'm not sure about that, but let's see. He unpacked a lot of information from the conversation. He said, we learned that another name for the Dark One was Lord of the Grave, and that's when he realizes that the Forsaken can come back to life in a new body.
Right.
So he's kind of like dissecting that information from him.
Carrie, so to get to that last point, you said it says so he says the Great Lord can grant you sanity, you know. He says, your last skip of sanity brought me no comfort, Rand said, surprising himself with the words. That had been Lews Therin's memory, not his own, yet Lews Therin was gone from his mind. Oddly, Rand felt more stable somehow here in this place where all else appeared fluid. But so he had he tried to talk to Lews Therin, and Lews Therin was gone.
Right.
And yet he had all the memories still. So was this so let's talk about that, I guess, a tiny bit. Was this as because of the place that he was at physically? Because it says here, it says the pieces of himself fit together better, not perfectly, of course, but better than they had in recent memory. Is that because Moradin's right next to him? Is that because of this weird dream place that he's at, that just he feels more content there because Lews Therin? Oh, and why is Lews Therin? Is it a true meld? Then is he truly both?
Feels like it's a merger of Lews and Rand in this place,
right? Because Lews goes silent.
But he also has his memories, and he uses like the Forsaken's first name, Elan.
Do we? Okay, this is did Lews talking to Rand occur after they crossed streams, or is that before?
Always before too. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this world seems funny, and Rand assumes that he was summoned to Moradin, but Moradin's like, so why are you even here, bro? Rand's like, well, that's a weird question. I don't know why. Well,
it's not time for us to fight yet. Why are you here?
And Moradin's like, yeah, he's like, just go in peace, leave me in peace. He's like, the Great Lord will have you soon enough. His victory is assured. And then they get into the whole existential thing of like, you know, if you fight 1 billion times and win, there's still the 1,000,000th and one that you're going to lose or something. You're eventually going to lose.
Yeah, but also didn't they say like Rand had a... Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Woohoo! Yay. Always a good time. Fuck. Moradin.
It's all good. We've all done it 1,000,000 times.
Sorry, Layla said something, or Layla started yelling, and I was like,
Right.
And lost.
I got her.
Sorry, I'll just let me refocus. Oh my god, what the hell was it? Shit.
That's right. So Rand's like, yeah, I mean to kill the Dark One, bro. This is, I'm gonna end all this. This is gonna be easy peasy once I kill him. And Moradin has a cool comeback.
They both thought that they had like summoned each other there, or something, right? Like it was super weird. Anyways, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, Moradin tapped his fingers on the chair. Why have you come here?
Yeah, and so he's like, but I thought you pulled me here, but that was never cleared up. I feel like, did we clear that up?
No, we don't know why he is there.
Right.
And like, who summoned who?
Yeah, So why is this meeting occurring, guys?
And more importantly, where is it occurring? Is
Where?
it like in the dream world? Is it like in some parallel reality? Like where?
Yeah.
The hell is it? And why is LTT not there?
Yes. Yeah.
Why is LTT not
Why?
What Morden says, he says, we are connected, Morden finally said. That is how you came here, I suspect, though I do not understand our bond myself. I doubt you can understand the magnitude of the stupidity of your statement regarding killing the Dark One. So he assumes it's because they have this bond. The bond is not defined. Both of them are baffled by it. But this dream where Morden's just sitting in a chair with an empty chair, just waiting for Rand to sit next to, is pretty weird too, man.
Yeah,
it really is.
And then his like nerves heighten as he gets closer to the chair. You know, it's like a whole thing. I don't know.
He knows he's going to be sitting there. I mean, they are bound together, and we know that they've been experiencing one another.
Yeah.
And that's why it's interesting that Morden's like, I'm so tired. Is that you or is that me?
Right.
It also says here when we were talking about where it was occurring and stuff. You talked about him warding his dreams every night. He said, "Yeah, I ward my dreams every night. How the hell did you get into my dreams?" So it's very suspicious. Like, what is happening?
He also says, "I could throttle Semiraj for what she did." What is she referring to? I mean, I'm
throttle Semiraj for what she did.
The attack on Rand, I believe, right?
Yeah, blowing up his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and we saw during that meeting he was kind of like his left hand was like getting all arthritic.
Oh,
he
weird,
kept, like
arthritic,
opening and closing. He's like, I need some preparation. No, what is it? Bengay. I need some Bengay on my joints.
Some icy hot.
Icy hot, yeah. I have a Taishar. This one is, I'll just say it. Quote, Rand entered a deep B.
Fine. Good. I just had a thought. I was thinking, could like Luz Theron be intertwined with the Dark One somehow because he's dead and I don't know, able to then like move through places and morph into like the Dark One's power or something, or the way that he died maybe, and how that all went down. Maybe his like consciousness or whatever, soul, whatever you want to call it, is like in or absorbed by the Dark One, and so that's how Morden has such access to Rand, and that's why Luz is kind of silent right now, because he's kind of, that's, and I don't know. Anyways, well, I just had a thought, and I went with it.
No, I love it. Go. Outside.
It could be that only Rand and Moradin are connected, and not Luz Theron.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is kind of like an escape from.
Oh yeah.
His normal state of mind.
Totally.
Hey, Sunflower. Well, so does Luz Theron dream?
Oh yeah, huh?
I think so. Yeah.
But he
talks about it anyways, doesn't he, in some past books?
But I think that he talks about it in the way that he dreamt when he was alive.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. I don't really remember.
Because we know that there is a world of dreams. So if he dreams, then he enters this world. Correct?
Yeah, and so like, I mean,
what do you think, Carrie? Does Luz Theron dream?
How could he dream when he's dead? Like, I mean, I'm not following.
Well, but is he dead? He exists in Rand's head. He certainly has emotions. He gets horny. He starts like whistling when cute girls come by and stuff.
Just such a weird thing. It is like somebody else has absorbed.
It's like he's a parasite in Rand's body.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like a weird bonding of something.
It is a weird question, but they are in a dream world, and there is no loose theron. So it sparks to reason. Go ahead.
Oddly, Rand feels more stable without loose theron there. But he recognizes that it's odd for him to feel more stable, which I thought was interesting.
Let me place that. Was the stability that he was experiencing because of the lack of loose theron, or because of this weird bond that Morden doesn't know why it's there, but acknowledges? What I mean, was it just the physical proximity of the two of them that was soothing?
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Do the Forsaken all know that LTT is in Rand's mind other than Semiraj? Do the other Forsaken know that he's living in his head, or is it only Semiraj that knows?
That's a great question.
It's a really good question.
Is this like a tactic to withhold information from the Forsaken so they don't know that you have a powerful weapon inside of you?
Right.
Yeah.
I think that Semiraj learned this information while in captivity.
Great question. I'll be right back.
Right. Well, after she got captured, Rand had a little episode, and she's like, "Oh, you're hearing the voices, are you?"
Right.
So I think she learned of it.
Well, Lanfear knows too, right?
Lanfear knows,
I believe.
Yes, and so who then? We assume that knowledge may be protected, but is known to the dark side, right?
Does Grendel know?
Right, we don't know if that's been shared with them. Anything else about Rand?
I mean, Rand also learns through the conversation that the key to killing the Forsaken is with balefire. And the Great Lord wants to stop the wheel from turning. And that's pretty much all I got from that conversation.
How long do you think the turnover is from death to Lord of the Grave to rebirth? Like, you get killed fighting Rand al'Thor by a fireball, so you're eligible for rehire by the Great Lord. How long do you think that process is before you're actually in a new body, a new Forsaken?
Seemed like days or weeks from the
it seems pretty quick. I mean,
the scene where Lanfear emerges, remember? That creepy scene where it was she hatched kind of into the new body.
Was that in the show though?
Yeah,
was it in the show, or was it also in the book?
It's in the show, but I think it was also in the book.
I don't remember we seeing a birth of a Forsaken.
Because in the books, she assumed a new name, but we for a while didn't know it was her until we got more clues.
Right.
So maybe it wasn't
Right.
But I would say it's pretty quick, and they're getting rebirthed into adult bodies. It's not like they're getting rebirthed into a baby. So
right. What is that
it's
about?
like they're taking over a host of an existing person.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so much we don't know about the dark side in these books. What's going on in the Shao Ghul,
and where these bodies come from.
Right.
And the rats.
We did see that one shot of Shao Ghul where they were making the sword from people, souls.
Right. So, you assume they would have to have a body that can... Wow, hold on. So When you are reborn, does the body itself have to be able to channel, or will you always be able to channel because of your essence?
I don't think it's the essence that channel. Is it the essence that channels? Maybe the essence of a man or a woman.
So
I
if
guess,
you're
because it's
reborn,
very
if you're
gender
reborn,
related.
yeah. So if
What if
you're
you're
reborn,
transgender? What if you what? Okay,
we have that example.
sorry.
So,
Yeah.
so what if you are reborn Forsaken? Do you need a body that can channel, or can you channel in any body? What do you think, Kay?
Oh, that's a good.
Ooh, it's a really good question.
I'd imagine you need a body that can channel. I don't think that. I mean, unless you somehow like possess both sides of the what is it, the one power or the true power? The one that has the both sides. They probably
One
won't
power. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that that'd be the only way.
But
So,
they're all able to
that
channel
body.
still,
Right.
and then they can use the true power if the Great Lord kind of kicks them down a little juice. Yeah, you can plug your Tesla into my thing, sure. It's Great Lord. What do you think, Carrie? Do you need?
That's my impression of the Great Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you need a channeling body, or can you channel with any vessel?
I'm gonna say if you channeled before you died, you're probably gonna pick it up again when you get implanted it into a new body. I feel like the power is associated with your consciousness or your soul, and then that moves with you. Because obviously the Forsaken are getting into new bodies and they still have their powers. So how else would that be? Unless they came with them. But the question is the power level different from what they had before?
Oh, not even. Well,
Lanfear is less strong than she was, right?
Was that something that the Great Lord could control?
Seems like it. Seems like it must be part soul, part genetics. It's got to be a mix, right? Where different bodies have different strengths potentially, but you have to have a sparked soul in order to actually channel it all.
It's kind of crazy.
Or is she like Swan, who got healed but just is kind of diminished as a result of the healing?
Right, and why is that? Yeah.
Good question.
Or did the Great Lord like seriously just drop her levels from 100 to 70?
Right.
Although like playing video games. All right, let's jump to Min. Min is watching Rand thrash in his sleep. He's, he was having just a calm conversation, sitting in a chair with Morden, but apparently in his sleep, he's thrashing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is.
I kind of like that dichotomy. In his dream, he's just sitting there. If he had tea, he'd be drinking it. He should have his pipe. He's watching a fire with no heat.
He's so chill.
But while he's asleep, he's just all, oh, God, oh, no. Thrash. He's also listening to Pantera. All right, Taishar, quote, Min released her breath and settled back into her chair finger.
Yeah!
Her chair finger.
All right, Taishar, quote, Rand, lying on his back, eyes closed, breath coming.
Yeah.
Very good.
All right, thank you. So yeah, Min is just reading books. She has Harold Fell's books. Harold Fell was that dude that just got super horny every time that Min was around. He's like, don't bring her around. I can't concentrate. She wears those hip huggers, that booty, that dump truck, that badunk. I can't study.
Badunk in the truck.
But he left a note to Rand saying, quote, belief and order give strength. Have to clear rubble before you can build. We'll explain when see you next. Do not bring girl. Too horny. I mean, too pretty.
Too creepy.
Taishar, quote, the thought made her blush and she pulled open.
Nice.
Okay, thanks.
I like it. She did.
She pulled open. Taishar. He groaned and opened.
Yeah, okay.
Wow,
Weird.
it sounds
weird.
like these chapters have a lot more than their earlier
That was
I
parts.
know. Well,
Yeah, that was-
okay.
He
Well,
groaned
it
and
is two
opened.
people in the bed. I mean,
Quote,
I
he's
had one,
inside
but-
my...
I lost it. Freya, stop it. Oh, here we go. She could mostly keep his emotions from overwhelming her, except when they were passionate.
nice.
Mm.
Eh?
Yeah, she does kind of go into how rad sex is with being bonded.
Yeah, it's weird.
Too long didn't read. It's rad. So he wakes up. He gets up in the middle of the night, goes over to the cupboard and whispers, "He's inside my head. He was gone during the dream, but he's back now."
He's back.
And she's like, "You gotta talk to someone." Tony Spread, Dr. Malfi, go get a Dr. Malfi. He's like, "I have to be strong." He's like, "Just talk to me. This is what I'm here for." She's like, "You're gonna be scared." It's like, nope. So he opens up. He says, quote, "I hear things, a voice, the voice of Loose there in the dragon. He speaks to me in response to the world around me. Sometimes he tries to see Sidene for me, and sometimes he succeeds. He's wild, man, insane. But the things he can do with the one power are amazing." Yeah, it goes on to say, Semiraj claims that this is just insanity, but Luz there knows things that I don't. Things about history, about the one power. You had a viewing about me showing two people merging. It's got to be him. Man, he's real. And Min says, quote, "Rand, he's you, or you're him. Spun out into the pattern again. Those memories and things you can do, they're remnants from who you were before."
Mm.
And Rand says, "No, Min, he's insane and I'm not." And she says, quote, "Was this how it all happened to them all? Or is this how it happened to all of them? Each one assuming that they were really sane and that it was the other person inside of them who did horrible things."
That's such a great, yeah.
So good. So good. Because doesn't everyone relate to that?
Voices in their head.
Everyone ever
Uh-oh.
in their life? What?
Uh-oh.
What? There's like a self that is like, okay, fuck,
Oh, we lost Josh.
okay.
No, go ahead.
Why
No,
are
I'm
you
just
saying
playing. I'm
uh-oh?
playing.
No, just a
Right.
joke. Like, yeah, you're hearing voices, and I should know about this. 'cause
No, not voices. Just like there's a self that's always like self-deprecating in the back of your mind. That's always just like the
Uh-huh.
voice that is the bad self. That is the not wanted self. That is like the shit you're like, what the fuck? Why did that thought come into my head? That makes no sense. I'm not a person that thinks that way, so why would I even think that? And you just like terrify yourself sometimes, you know?
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
all
No, I
I'm
got you
saying
on that.
is
Yeah.
that everybody kind of can probably relate to like a terrifying little self of
Well,
in
yeah,
their brain.
let's change
Intrusive thoughts, damn it.
let's
Here
change
we
those
go.
thoughts into voices though. What I mean, seriously, Kate, like hearing like someone being like, kill him all, kill him, like in your head. And
Yeah.
you're like, no, that guy's crazy. But Min is like, no, he is you and you are he. It's all the same shit. And he's like, no, because he's the crazy one.
Yes.
It's a really interesting.
No, it is. It is
Yeah. Well,
Well,
fascinating.
and
Like,
I understand the need to like compartmentalize, you know.
Right.
there is a distinction when you're trying to assess for schizophrenia and whatnot,
Right.
especially like
Right.
whether or not the voices are within the head or without.
or
from without.
externally. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And that's a completely different experience. Absolutely. I'm not trying to diminish that at all because that's a completely different experience. And I think that is more so like what Rand might be experiencing versus like intrusive thoughts on the daily, as an average, human goes through, which is just different than psychosis. And definitely different than what we're experiencing with Rand and this very clear voice that is not him but is him, or related to him or something. We're not sure yet, but
Isn't schizoid personality disorder kind of like this too, where you like generally are like not interested in social interactions, have like weird emotional response?
Yeah, like more so, right? More so, I think, from in my experience.
Right, and this is also, I mean, if we were looking at it clinically, this is classic paranoia.
Oh, nice. I like Mr. Stovey's comment here too.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So is this more like
It's good, Debbie. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's
totally.
really good. Because it's more like, is this a poltergeist type situation, or is this, psychosis?
Right. But they all do go mad, so there is that also. So gosh, this is very complex.
I know, and you could just check it off and be like, well, this is madness due to Sidene, or whichever one is the male half. And then, he's just going to continue to go crazy as he said he would, and all male channelers will. And so this psychosis will just overtake, and that's just what we're seeing. And it's easy to write it off like that, but I don't think that that's what we're dealing with, because this is a totally different fucking world where time is in a wheel.
Well, so
this is nutty. This is so good.
Could it be that what we see in the dream world is like a foreshadowing of Luz, Theron, and Rand merging into one and not being separate personalities anymore?
Why would they do that though?
Well, I think that would be the healthiest thing for him to do, is to integrate Luz Theron into himself, so that it's not a voice in his head that is different than others.
And that's what Rand thinks Min's viewing is.
Right, the accepting of like that other entity that is there, and yeah.
And this is how he actually resolves this conversation. He says, quote, about the Dark One, he says, in the end, I will destroy him if possible. If not, then I will at least seal him. But, quote, for that, I need the voice, men. Luz Theron knows things, or I know things, whatever it is. The knowledge is there. In a way, the Dark One's own taint will destroy him, for it is what gave me access to Luz Theron.
Hey, don't all y'all's taints destroy you at some point in time, Paul? Just kidding. High Fart Vader and Chronic
I think
Viking.
taint maintenance is really important.
Yeah.
A clean perineum is a happy.
The gang's all here, right? We got
I know.
Oh, what's up?
They all popped in.
I
love it. It's so good.
Let me throw in Oliver's ears questions. Can Tel'aran'rhiod, the dream world, can that predict?
Ugh.
If you're a dreamer,
yeah, there's. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
No, this is like a.
I swear, he waits
so
like a more.
He's so fucking clever.
He waits and then pounces.
His timing.
I always wonder how long. I'm sorry. I always wonder how long perineum is just kind of like. Please say someone say something.
Someone
just Jesus Christ. How long? All right.
So Min says, hey, so I've been reading these books. It looks like it says, quote, you have to destroy the seals to the Dark One's prison. She says, I'm sure of it. I've been reading Herod's books all this time, and I believe that's what he means by clearing away the rubble. He's like, yeah, that sounds right. I doubt no one wants to hear that. I don't know if I can contain him, but, But okay, cool. And then it says men. It says faith in a madman, men, faith in you, sheepherder. Suddenly viewing spun around his head. She ignored them most of the time unless they were new, but now she picked them out. Fireflies consumed in darkness. 3 women before a pyre. Flashes of light, darkness, shadow, signs of death, crowns, injuries, pain, and hope. A tempest around Ran Althor, stronger than any physical storm. Any thoughts on that viewing? Fireflies consumed in darkness.
It's like everything that we've read so far. It's like crowns, fireflies.
I mean, I'm still shocked by the announcement that they have to break the Dark One seals. I mean, I'm like, oh crap! Like, what the hell's gonna happen when they do that?
Remember, Min's shit always occurs.
Yeah.
3 women before a pyre.
It could be that she predicted Rand goes to Coachella.
Oh my god. Sorry, my Discord is fucked. Sorry.
Okay.
I can't get on Discord. Sorry. It's really
Well, it
this
seems
is like the
needless
10th time
distraction.
I've tried, and I keep popping in and out, and it's probably frustrating for anybody that's there, and there's a lot of I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Stop and shut up now. Sorry.
Okay.
Where were we?
But Min says, "All right, no, I'm gonna find out. I am your Wikipedia. I'm gonna find out."
Fireflies in Darkness does remind me of the kind of like meta dream space that people enter, where like they see.
Yes.
It's been described like that. I feel like before by Egwin and others.
Yeah, that's how Egwin would like entered Rand's dream.
Find other people's dreams.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
the 3 women before a pyre. That must be Min, Elaine, and Avienda.
Right before Rand's pyre.
Before Rand's death. I mean,
and we do know that Min has predicted that the Shanshan women will help kill Rand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Good one, yeah.
Okay. Want to jump to Avienda?
Yeah, let's do it.
So it ends with Min just hugging Rand, and they end up boning. We hear from Avienda. They have sex that night, so that's probably that was, cut to black right there, or fade to black right there. Avienda is doing pointless shit. She's carrying a candle from the maiden or from the wise one's thing and going all the way over and lighting a candle or a lantern, then blowing out the lantern and going back. 50 times she's been doing this, and suddenly Amos is right behind her. Amos is like, so you really pretty dedicated to this stuff. She's like, well, I just do what duty demands. She's like, okay. There was light from the traveling grounds. There comes Damer Flynn. There's Davern Bashir. There's some Saldean, some Aiel. And the Aiel are pissed. They're like, these fucking Shanchan. These fucking Shanchan. Am I right? It's like she says, quote, these Shanchan had given him reason to declare a blood feud, but he simpers and panders to them. I feel like a trained dog sent to lick the feet of a stranger. And Amos is like, all right, Avienda, why don't you take this? And Avienda's like, yeah, all right, yeah, your job sucks, but keep doing it because this is the right thing to do. And they're like, we'll fight the Shanchan after the last bout, but we all gotta get Sideblinder, right? Like, all right. They also learn that the Shanchan have Shido Wise Ones as demonic.
Mm-hmm.
They are leashed and collared and were presented and kind of paraded in some despicable manner in front of these IEL who were there to, like, I don't know, see it. What are they even doing with it? But anyways, to negotiate. But quote, vengeance will come, but once this war is done. And then so they're like, all right, fine, we'll do that. Amos talks to Avienda. She's like, so what do you think? Avienda says there will be calls to attack, demands that the Carcon give up his attempts to make peace. She says, will they stay with him when he refuses? And Amos says, of course they will. They're Aiel. She's like, we don't have much time. I'll get a better punishment for you tomorrow, and leaves. And Avienda's like, wow. And that's how it ends. We had Avienda, we had Min, and we had Rand. Anything that I missed?
I think you summed it up nicely. I don't have anything.
Okay. Then let's jump to chapter 16. Chapter 16 is our longest chapter, and it is Egwin point of view. It's a teardrop, and it's called In the White Tower. All right, so right off the bat, Egwin, go ahead, please.
This is a great chapter.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
So right off the bat, Egwin looked up from her bowl of shells, and guys, I like pasta a lot. And that line made me want some pasta. Anyways, she is cracking walnuts for the whites. There's 3 whites.
I loved this cracking of nuts throughout the entire conversation, and then the eating of nuts.
yeah, you love that?
Hey, maybe I read more into it than I should have, but I liked it as a metaphor. They were challenging each other with like, oh, I'm going to crack more nuts. Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to eat them.
And how like the one lady,
super weird.
The leader is like really picky and will only eat halves.
Yes.
The other 2 aren't as picky, and like Egwin judges them based on that.
Thank you. Yes, exactly, Josh. It's really good stuff going on with the nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Not just about eating nuts in a Taishar way. It's about like this like struggle of power that was really cool.
Speaking of Taishar to you, Matt Stagger. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for I appreciate you. God damn it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Eggy does get into boss mode here.
Mm-hmm.
But not yet. Right now she is still just cracking nuts. In fact, I put this as a Taishar. You guys can judge it. Quote, on a wicker stool, back to the open air, denied the view as she cracked nuts.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm here for
they
you.
were like,
I need another drink.
I don't know if I should be worried or excited.
cracking nuts.
Both, probably.
She wasn't even paying attention until she heard like, what do you think, Egwin? And she's like, I'm sorry, what the fuck? They're like, quote, I asked what you would have done in the Omelin's place. Consider this part of your instruction. You know that the dragon has been reborn, and you know that the tower must control him in order for the last battle to proceed. How would you handle him? And she handles that question like a boss. She's first you go interrogate, you go to their home village so you can learn the guy. Or you have an Amerlin like me who grew up with him. I was pretty much his girlfriend.
I super boned him like the first time ever, so I'm pretty much know all there is to know.
We did stuff above the above the clothes. We did stuff.
We did lots of through the sheets.
Grinding.
We roped. We groped
Okay.
over cloth over
In
stout
our
Two
super
Rivers.
farm town.
Stout Two Rivers once.
But she pretty much is like, no, you treat him like the dragon reborn. He's doing his thing. You don't try to control him. You treat him with respect and you figure out how to do this shit. You don't just you figure this stuff out. This is what we do.
Yeah,
Dummies, we
figure
don't
this stuff out. Okay,
We tried to
figure
lock him in a
out,
box. He captured sisters. He swore fealty. And they bonded sisters. This is all because of Elida, because she fucked this shit up. They're like,
She's a super
okay. Let's...
Oh, Andrew.
Good morning, Andrew.
So good.
On that note, I need to go get another drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, grab me one.
Do it.
It was great because they're like, well, the Reds know how to deal with Medican Channel, and she says dealing with is different than working with.
Yes.
Like, we got to work together. We're all in this together.
All right. Also, Tyshar, we need women with different skills and interests.
There we go.
I like it.
Kiss.
There we go.
Okay.
She leaves this meet. I mean, there's more in the meeting. She pretty much is blaming Elida for the dissent, not the rebels. She's like, well, shit. All right, so I've renounced my stuff. Is Elida still gonna? Is she suddenly gonna be a good leader? Is she suddenly? Are we gonna have the Blues back? Or are people gonna like be friends again? We're not friends. Like none of us are friends. It's because of Elida. They're like, yeah, you're right. We're not friends.
If you haven't noticed, she's
go.
kind of a problem. Elida's kind of a problem. A little bit.
But Egwin says, you of the white should have seen where this road would lead. Said you should have seen the flaw of pulling her down, meaning Swan, then allowing Elida to disband the Blues.
Oh, Dan, I think we have a drinking obligation in chat.
Yossi froze hand
Partway to the bowl of nut meats.
Well
Nut
done.
meats. Nut meats. Every time. I need ice.
All right, Quos. Benet Nassau had all but offered Egwin a place in the Brown.
Oh no. No.
No.
No.
What?
No.
What?
No. Nope.
Jesus Christ.
Nope. Not here for you on that one. Nope.
Jesus
All
Christ.
okay,
Come
pretty
on.
clever. It's
In the
clever
Brown.
shit.
In
It's
the
really
Brown.
clever.
Carrie?
It's hard not to acknowledge how clever it is.
Yeah.
All right. I'll move on. Yeah.
Jesus.
I don't know where we are right now. We were talking about
So
nuts
she-
and
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God, my
Egwin's
whole
like,
face
all right.
is red and hot. Ow.
She's like, it's a good one. All right, so Egwin's like, all right, she gets dismissed. She's like, all right, fine, I'll be dismissed. But they're like, hey, if you ever want to be a white, your logic's pretty dope. You got a place here. And she's like, yeah, I hear that a lot. The grays want me. The yellows want me. Yeah.
And what's
they all
opposite of green? The reds. So obviously the reds also want me.
Yeah, fuck them. She goes, Catherine's waiting for her. She's like, all right, off to my next lesson. Catherine's like, no. We got a change of rules. You're gonna go just work labor. We're sending you off to the farms. You don't need any more instructions. You're pretty good for a novice. So we're gonna have you fucking It's from now on, all you will do is chores. You are to report to the kitchens immediately. You will spend every afternoon working there. In the evenings, you will scrub
This
floors.
is fucked up.
In the mornings, you will report to the ground master and work the gardens. That will be your life. Those same 3 activities every day, 5 hours at each one, until
And
you
this
give up your
bitch
foolish pride.
smirks. This bitch smirks.
She smirks.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a smirker. There was glee in Katerin's eye, it says. There's glee in her eyes.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay.
Unbelievable.
Fuck it.
Unglee.
Let's go to the kitchen.
Gleeable.
Unbelievable.
Wait, can you smirk without glee?
Unbelievable. What?
A smirk without glee is a sneer.
No, I'm smirking right now.
Trying.
while wearing your smirking.
I'm smirking. Yes, indeed. I'm smirking. Okay.
Wink.
No,
so
I
Katerin's
can't.
like, yeah.
No, you can't smirk without glee. You're right.
Dumb question.
I'm still trying to smirk
God.
without glee.
So they are off to the kitchens. Fine. All right. I'm starting my shift now. All right. Fine. We'll go to the kitchens. Loris is there. She's got all her kitchen helpers banging pots, rolling dough. I'm sure there's flour everywhere.
Yeah, they are. Pots and rolling dough.
And she climbs into a giant fireplace and is just scrubbing bricks. And she's like, holy shit. She's like thinking about it. She's like, quote, should she give the curtsy Elida demanded? It was a simple thing, really, just one curtsy. But then she thinks, quote, giving in would prove to Elida that Egwin could be broken. So she's like, no, I guess I'll just be trapped in this fireplace. She's thinking of like a plan. She's like, all right, I got a plan. And Loris is like, hey, follow me. And Egwin's like, okay. Dusts herself off, sooty face. Her face is so sooty, dude. So sooty. She gets up. She's like, okay. Loris is like, Egwin's like, you walk quiet. They go into a storeroom. She like moves something, opens, boom, trap door. She's like,
what did you read, Dan?
Get the fuck in there. Get the fuck in there. Get in the trap door.
I
Did
feel
you
like
not
you
read
read
this?
a totally different book than I did.
No,
I
it's
mean,
in
I
there.
get it. I get it.
It's
It's really,
in
it's just funny. I'm making fun
And
of it. I
Egwin's
love
like,
it.
oh, and she's like, hey, yeah. Hey, you go across here. You're gonna cross the river.
Look at Carrie. Carrie's like trying to pull herself together.
And you're all good. You're all good. No, just get in the fucking trap door. And Egwin's like, no, I don't want to escape. No, I don't want to escape.
Get in the door. Get in the goddamn door.
She's like, yeah.
Fuck.
She's like, someone has to fight her. And she says, quote, every day is a battle. Each day I refuse to bend means something. Loris has some, so she's like, quote, I won't be a party to the breaking of a girl's spirit. Those beatings are shameful. Fool I said I've served loyally these years I have, but now they told me that you're to be worked as hard as I can push you indefinitely. She says, execute you or make you a novice, I don't care, but this breaking is unacceptable. She's like, not in my kitchen. And she's like, yeah, go in the trap door. And she's like, no, I can't. I'm the omelet. Do you understand? I have to be here. And she's like, oh, damn. Okay, let's go back to your fireplace then. But then Katerin's like, oh, hey, the Armelin says you are to serve her dinner tonight. Go get cleaned up, you skank. And Egwin's like, all right, I'll go cleaned up. I do look like a skank. So she has a very nice bath, scrubs her fingers. She's washing for like an hour.
She's like, you're
I'm
right.
So dirty.
I do smell kind of skanky.
I am so.
This was weird. I was like, all of a sudden, she's getting out of the bath. Yeah.
Yeah. So she gets dressed. She feels better. Goes up to Egwin and up to Elida's chambers, and Elida's having a party with like all the sitters from all the Ajas. And she's like, whoa. It says, quote, the woman chatted amicably, but forced, tense. They didn't want to be there. And then Egwin's like, well, shit. She was going to be quiet the whole time. But she's like, oh, shit. I got all these sitters here that I talked big words to. I'm all, fuck Elida, right? Fuck Elida. And everyone's like, yeah. And now they're here. And if Elida says something, I probably should say something. I probably should back up my fuck Elida stance, right? So, and she's like, yeah, and it's my cred. I'm a mean girl now. They are.
Egwene is worried that all of her hard work is going to be unraveled in one night now that she sees everybody there.
Right. And Elida says, you're going to keep my cup fill. Wait there, but don't come too close. I'd rather not have to smell the soot on you, you dirty wench, you skank. And she's like, okay, yeah, no, I just washed for like an hour. I smell like lavender and blossoms, but thank you.
I smell delicious. Thank you. Yeah.
There's talk about the rebels. There's talk. Elida's just like, hey, what's up, Browns? Browns are dumb, right? Hey, yellow. Hey, yellows are stupid. Hey, green. Fuck greens. Egwin's just filling her cup.
Well, it's weird though. How I think it's kind of weird, like how the bath made her more confident all of a sudden. Like she just feels more confident. I mean, I get it. Like a good bath can do wonders, but this was a little bit weird to point out that like this bath made her so much
it was
different.
Rejuvenating for sure. I do want you guys on a scale of 1 to 10. Tell me how great these seem. Go up.
On a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10. Plates of steamed buttered carrots were brought, a hint of cinnamon striking the air.
Oh, 10.
No, not
Okay, what do you give it? What do you give steamed buttered carrots with cinnamon?
10.
Fucking 0.
A 0.
Fuck off.
We got both
cinnamon
extremes.
on
Gary,
anything I eat, especially
I'm gonna say
vegetables.
I like carrots.
Never.
I give it easily a 7 or an 8.
Gross.
With cinnamon?
Gross.
I'm hungry.
I have vendettas with cinnamon, so maybe that's where I'm standing. It's fine. You guys enjoy your carrots, okay? Okay.
It's the best tuber.
Yum. And what
Are
are
carrots tubers?
shaped like?
Carrots are tubers, right?
What?
They're not fucking tubers?
No.
Tumors?
Tubers.
Did you say tumors?
It's not a
Like
tuber.
tumor? Like tumor?
It's not a
Like-
tuber.
Is
No,
not a
tuber. Like
They're
a
like
potato.
turnips. They're like turnips and radishes.
I thought if they
It's
grow
a
underground, they're
root.
tubers.
It's a root.
What? Everything that
It's a
grows
root.
underground is a
It's
tuber?
a root.
It's a tuber,
You're
yes.
ridiculous. It's an uber
All-
tuber? No.
All roots are
you're wrong.
tubers, and all tubers are roots.
I don't like this
Are you
conversation.
are you in Canada where like loonies and toonies exist? Like what is going on? What's happening?
Okay,
What's
all right.
happening right now?
We can end the
I love
conversation
you,
with this joke.
Canada. Oh, you're
Tuber,
so
I hardly
doo.
even know her. That's so amazing. That's so amazing. Okay.
Aren't we tubers because we're on YouTube? I mean,
Yes.
Which way am I pointing?
And I taste best with cinnamon and butter.
So there's talk about the Shanchin, and Elias like, the Shanchin again? Barf. They're in fuck barf. Shanchin my ass. And Egwin's like, well, no, Shanshin are actually kind of a big deal. They put a collar around my neck. They capture Wimini Channel.
Yeah.
And god damn it, I'm a dreamer, and I saw it happen that the Shanshin are going to check the White Tower. And Elida's pretty much like, yes.
Hold on. Oh, Elida's pretty much like, sorry, go, Dan.
No, go for it.
No, real quick. Yeah, Glenn, carrots are not okay, but are tubers carrots?
Are not.
That's the next question.
Tubers. All right. Anyways,
didn't we drop this?
Elida, hold that thought. Okay, my, how good it felt to have the soft, clean fabric on her skin. Never mind. Continue, Elida. Dan.
Yeah, that got me going.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know what? I can't just allow everyone because you've shut me down a couple times.
So sorry.
Oh God! Whoa.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
I guess we have one reader now. All right.
I'm fine. I'll pull myself together.
All right.
Do we need a cleanse?
I'm
Probably
feeling it.
Bella cleanse. Yeah, Carrie, the best. She's turned into the best. Oh.
All right, let's bring it. Okay.
Elida, we're gonna pick up on Elida, brother Dan, as soon as we get back from the Bella.
Give me one. Give me the B.
Okay, here's there, and then no, here we go. Here it is.
It's a picture of my Bella.
Oh.
I have it in my hand.
Wait, no, here it is. There you go. Was that? Do we want? Is that enough?
That was intriguing. Was intriguing stuff.
That was the Andrew Bella.
That was the picture I sent them
it.
when I found Bella at the store.
But I couldn't hear all of it, so it was hard to hear for us. Love the Bella.
It's a candle.
Carrie's Bella. That's Carrie's Bella. Bella owns this. Bella owns this Bella. Carrie owns this Bella.
It's gotta.
Are you sure it's not a bomb? Like an old tiny bomb? And that's the fuse? I'd be due. I would never light that. I would never light that.
I'm not sure. What did just happen?
Did
everybody else hear this music?
I kind of want a little melty Bella though. I kind of want to see the time frame. Yeah, a melty Bella. I want Bella's face to look like that.
Nice. Well done.
Okay.
Right. Nice.
No.
Okay.
No.
Wait, what happened?
Ryan, you gotta make a video for it. We just can't just keep playing it like this. You need a video.
Right. Turn it off. Fuck.
It's almost done. It's a work of art.
All right, scale of 1 to 10, ladies. What do you give this, Bella?
What is wrong with us?
Scale of 1 to 10.
Our show has gone
he
off
made
the
it
rails.
live for us.
He's amazing.
2?
No, this Bella is Andrel's Bella. I give it 11 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
He's amazing. This is the best Bella we've had in a long time. Mr. Stovey, suck a dick.
Well,
sorry, YouTube.
Yeah.
Can we get back to this dinner party, please?
Can we, Elida? Brother Dan, you were saying something about Elida, I think.
Long time ago.
Coming in. She's a super cunt, and doing mean things to Egwene.
That's my Marvel
take
name,
it.
actually, is Supercut.
Yeah, it's a good one. I stand by that.
Okay, this is okay.
Yeah.
That's a funny callback.
No, I like that. Man, buttered steamed carrots. Anyways, so yeah, they're like, all right, Egwene's a big liar anyway. She always exaggerates. Confess, or I'm gonna give you penance. And she's like, I ain't saying shit. She said, I pretend I used the 3 oaths because they're like, but you haven't. But she says, quote, I have. I held no oath rod, but it isn't the rod that makes my words true. She also says, I have nothing forcing me to hold them. And by that oath holding me, I tell you again, I am a dreamer, and I've dreamed that the Shanshan will attack the White Tower. She's like, you're a liar. I want you to kneel before me and beg forgiveness. And Egwene's like, and what if I don't? Then what? She's like, oh, you're going to do it one way or the other. And she starts to glow with the power. And she's like, you're going to use the one power on me? Hold on, you're going to make me kneel? You stupid tyrant? You fascist? You fucking despot?
Wow.
Look at, this is what's wrong with the tower. And she starts like just degrading her, just getting into this discussion, this whole like debate about how fucked up Elida is. Elida eventually embraces the power, throws air at Egwene. She like gets thrown against the wall, like pshaw. She like gets thrown back, and then starts getting whipped with air to where she's bleeding. Everyone's all, fucking Elida, knock it off. She's like, I will not. Egwene is all bloody. She still stands up. She's like, and like her manager is like, stay down, Brock. He'll kill you. And Elida or Egwene still stands up like Rocky. Yeah, no pants. I don't care. And it's like,
oh, Dan. Okay, no, we're good. We're not real.
We're not real.
We're good. I forget. I so forget.
Nobody's real.
They start yelling dark friend at each other. They're like, you're a dark friend. No, you're a dark friend.
Josh, read this.
Such a crazy argument. Sorry, I heard you guys. I was in Soren, but I could hear.
All right, seriously. What do you have to drink, Josh? Everybody needs to know now.
Mother's milk.
Oh, I
in a
just
cup.
made a vodka and ginger because my son was up and was making noise too. I was like,
Oh, just a vodka and ginger. Is it just real ginger that you muddled into the vodka?
Not this time.
Oh, not this time.
Guys, everyone
everyone
should know that Josh's son is sleep break dances, so it's a very rare condition. He'll oftentimes just start. Yeah, he walks around doing the robot.
Yeah, I saw him worming in the back.
Yeah, doing the worm.
If our show was appropriate for 4-year-olds, I would just bring him in here. But
Hey, I'll shape up. All right.
No, nobody will shape up, Josh. You know that. You know that. Anyways, so Egwene was being beaten, right, Brother Dan?
Mm-hmm.
But also like handling it like a fucking boss because she's all quiet and stoic.
Such a boss.
She's the most stoic I've ever seen Egwene be. I'm like, I just want to be her in like every moment of horrifyingness to just prove everybody else wrong. Like she just does this beautiful stance, and it makes everybody else see that she is actually like worthy of the Amerlin seat. I feel like anyways, seemed clear. Anyways, so you continue, Brother Dan.
Well, Egwene was badass.
Like against the walls a moment ago. Your performance is spot on to what I imagined was happening. So thank you for the visual. I appreciate you.
All right, so what do you think
Your
about this chapter?
Little felt self.
Yeah.
No,
All right. Well, what do you think about the chapter though? So yeah, Egwin's getting beat by Lyda. She's taking it.
Mm-hmm.
What's
She's
gonna
a
happen
hero.
from
She's
this?
the hero. She's the fucking. Okay, yeah, Josh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I feel like that's.
Please.
Okay, I'll go
Steph,
ahead.
you answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
someone, please.
I really
Please.
liked the last Egwene chapter that we read a couple chapters
Mhm.
ago. I can't remember which one it was. It might have been the one with all the spankings. And this kind of like just leveled up
It really
her
does.
whole situation. This is probably my favorite chapter so far in this book. I just love
sure.
the dynamics of the arguments and everything that she said, and she just spoke like a wise woman.
Masterful.
Just yeah,
Mhm.
like she
like a true
wise
leader.
beyond her years. Yeah, it was just amazing. But my question is, what's going to happen? Is Elida ever going to be dethroned? Like, what is going to happen, and how is she going to resolve this with the final resolution? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah. And does the oath of obedience like hold any factors here? Because it felt kind of like Egwene was being a little hypocritical in all. I mean, I loved Egwene's situation here. I love how she handled it, but I also was like, oh fuck, hasn't she also though like
People swear
asked
fealty.
people, right?
Yeah, but they swore fealty to her, not forcing them to obey.
Yeah, I don't think she
Yeah, but is that
It's a nuance. I'll give you that. It's not that different.
it's just interesting. I just felt a little bit like, oh wait, hold on. But I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of compulsion. It seems like going on. There's a lot of things though, a lot of factors. Lots of
No,
stuff.
I feel like she did. Wait, I'm remembering Egwene like asking people to swear fealty, not.
Yeah,
not
no, she
forcing them.
did.
She did.
Yeah,
did.
you're right. She did. She asked. I think you're right about that. But
No, so okay, that's a very good point then. Yeah, like she admonished those women, and like they're literally trying to weed out like dark friends, and like they have the same goals in mind, but like she goes off on them, but she herself has been like, hey, that's good point.
it's just
Yeah,
a
it
little
is.
bit. It's a little bit hypocritical, but I do love how she is so confident throughout this entire thing and shows like her strength through her actions instead of words. You know, like she's even showing through words too, because she's just very calm and collected, and with everything she's saying it's just proving another point to everybody watching and showing how erratic and disabled and psycho crazy power driven Elida is,
yeah.
you know, and so it's just it's a nice like mirror holding up to Elida kind of thing, and then like really showing everybody else in the room who she is. It was good stuff.
She says, quote, to Elida, "You are a coward and a tyrant. I'd name you Dark Friend as well, but I suspect that the Dark One would perhaps be embarrassed to associate with you."
Such a good cut down.
And it was that Elida's like, "You name me Dark Friend? Bitch! You're the Dark Friend. You're in the Rebels," and then starts like beating on her. Everyone's like, stop.
How
She's like, don't
So
tempt
how
me,
is the-
Green. Go.
how is Elida able to use the one power to attack her? Is she a dark friend then? Does she feel under threat from Egwene?
Good. These are all great points.
Yeah, that is a good point.
But this is okay. So wait, let's talk about this. So this is the first time we've seen like Ace and I just hit each other with air slaps,
Mm-hmm. I guess
right? Like
they do
right.
it as accepted, and
Oh yeah.
no, so
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like switching each other all the time. I think like that's just like par for the course. I don't. Like maybe it's like
honestly, it doesn't feel like they're really bound by these 3 oaths. It doesn't feel like there's like an actual binding to the thing that what makes them like physically unable to. It does seem like that's how it read a few times with some of these Aes Sedai throughout the course of these books, because I do remember that. But like, yeah.
The thing I'd point out as a counter argument to that is that we see the spy that Egwene goes to visit. I can't remember her name right now.
yeah, in the dungeon or whatever.
No. In her rooms, the one who's under the 4th oath from the Darkfriend Hunters. We see her not be able to talk about the thing, right? I guess you're right.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right?
No, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right, Kay.
There
I mean,
are
they get
some
around
people
it by just skirting the letter of the law, right?
Yeah. But it seems like the more you like, well, I don't know if this is true or not, but the way that this read for me in these in this chapter specifically, like for Egwene, was that it was like she believes in these oaths, so she has to believe in the way around them as well. Like fully, wholeheartedly, it has to make sense for her to do this per the oaths and all of their rules, so like in order for her to like execute something other than it, because she took them not even as an Aes Sedai, right, but like as a novice, right?
We've seen Aes Sedai use the air switches before. We've seen people get swatted on the butt, like this was just to an excess of the same thing. And what's her name? Ferain says, Elida, you violate Tower law. You cannot use the power to punish an initiate. But that's Tower law. That's not
the 3 O's, yeah.
The 3 O that says you can't use the one power as a weapon.
Oliver's ears is saying like the truth you hear. Echo says belief becomes truth with the rod.
Hi, Brian.
That's helpful, I feel like, in just like what I was thinking about. Anyways, I love you guys.
Well, yeah, and Oliver's ears earlier
so
said
amazing.
Yeah, so it seems like if she tried to like pop her head off her body, right? If we're gonna like go, like she would be unable to do that. So she was probably wanting to do more, but the O's were only.
I thought the way the oath was worded was like, do not do violence against another with the one power unless. But maybe it's kill with the one power unless you're under duress.
Yeah, or use it as a weapon, which is very specific. Like, which is
maybe she's not. Maybe she thinks she's not using it as a weapon. Maybe she thinks she's just giving her a punishment.
Right.
This is non-lethal, Ryan.
No, I know this. Yeah,
this is a taser, not a pistol. Maybe that's the thing. It's
they're
like
trying to stun gun each other, not
just pepper sprayed her. we used rubber bullets.
Yeah.
But Elida's pissed. She's like, you know what? Lock this girl up. Says, quote, let it be voiced throughout the city that Egwene Alvear is the dark friend who has rejected the Omelint's grace.
I think a lot of these Aes Sedai throughout could have used some rubber bullets. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Wink. Wink.
Wait, what does that mean? What wink, wink?
Like vibrating rubber bullets.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Am I the only one that everyone else was like, yeah, of course, vibrating.
Obviously.
And I'm like, oh.
They all got it, and you didn't, brother Dan. Okay.
No, I thought.
Explain it to you.
I thought she was just advocating like gun violence.
Yeah, just to shoot people willy nilly, not.
Yeah, I did not know that she was just.
I could have used some gun bullets.
The vibrating kind to put on the clitoris.
Hey-o.
Deep in your purse for a good time when the mood strikes. Yep, Dan, we all got it.
Okay.
So Egwene's like, all right, I'm going to be thrown in, quote, the deepest cell this tower can. Deepest cell this tower can provide.
Right.
That's Egwene's fate. And she's like, oh, I hope I didn't fuck this up, but quote, her battle from within the tower was at an end one way or another. Does that mean that she is gonna leave?
Huh?
Or die. I think she's assuming she's dying right now, but or just going to be put into a cage.
Or maybe she
Okay.
planted enough seeds and people are gonna come to her aid.
Mhm. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, I got more triumphant about it. I'm more with Carrie on this.
I think both are valid interpretations for sure.
Anything else before we jump to the last chapter, chapter 17? 3, 2, let's go on. Chapter 17 is called Questions of Control. It has the locksmith puzzle, blacksmith
Mhm.
puzzle.
Blacksmith puzzle.
Dumb.
Stupid parent chapter. God damn.
But it starts with Cadswain, and Cadswain is just kind of listening in. She's just hanging out. She's not in the room with Semiraj, but she's like using her tricks to listen to how shitty Serene is doing. Serene's like, oh, well, you should tell us stuff. And Semiraj is like, I'm going to eat your liver. And she's like, oh, my liver's, oh, no.
Delicious.
You don't want to do that. We learned that, quote, Cadswain had gone hunting false dragons both because it was necessary and because each man she captured added to her reputation with the other Aes Sedai.
Right.
She is not a red.
Nope. She's a green, right?
What is she doing capturing false dragons? Isn't that the red? Anyways. Someone brings in some bean quote. All right, so scale of 1 to 10. Beans and steamed radishes.
Does it have cinnamon?
Okay. It does not say cinnamon.
No, still gross. Gross.
6.
Gross.
You
gross.
gave 0 to steamed buttered carrots with cinnamon.
Radishes and beans.
This is beans and steamed radishes. 10 to 0.
A -5?
All right, -5, right?
I'm going 6.
Josh gets a 6, right?
Is it beans
6?
with an N?
Yeah.
6? You give it
Beans
over
and
half?
steamed radishes?
Over
Beans and
halvesies?
steamed radishes.
Like
Why
I honestly
over halvesies?
like beans is too broad. They're what fucking kind of bean are we talking about?
Yeah.
All right, so
Zero.
Ryan, 0 to
White roast
10.
beans?
Baked beans?
Pinto?
Okay,
Oh,
you
yeah.
already gave it -5.
I know.
Yeah,
I'll give
but
it a
that's a
3.
good
I'll give it a
point.
3. I'm
What
not into
kind-
it. Yeah, like if
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of beans, but yeah, if
Ryan,
it was
I'm
like
really trying to keep this bit. But I want to throw it in the trash can.
Okay.
Beans and steamed radishes. 0 to 10. 3.
Steamed radish. Come on, guys.
Carrie, what do you say?
Josh
You're muted.
gave it a
I
fucking
love
6.
radishes.
Carrie, you're muted.
Steamed?
Carrie, you're muted.
Like the stankiest of radish?
The stankiest way.
Hello,
There you
The
hello.
stankiest.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, steamed radishes sounds really gross. I like them cold, but I never had them heated up. So I'm gonna say maybe 2.
The devil you know versus.
I'd give it a 4 or 5. I think maybe a 5.
no. Okay, let me think about this.
No.
Okay, like if we're just assuming the beans are just great, right? Like
Why can I not?
we just
get
all we
behind it?
know are beans, and steamed
prison
radishes.
It's like
So
prison
at
food.
first I thought they're cooking the steamed radishes with the beans.
Food.
I was like, no, you're just getting a pile of beans that are probably amazing, and then a pile of steamed radishes.
That's
And
what
I think, yeah, I'm gonna change my score to a 6 now.
That's disgusting. I might never kiss you again. Gross.
Whatever, you're a nutcracker.
The name's
Gross.
Paul. That's between y'all. All right, so Cadswain's like, all right. She hears that Semiraj fucking threw the beans and radishes on the ground.
Mhm.
She's all, I don't want to eat this swell. I want pork chops. Nice.
I don't know where this comes from, but this is
I like
a
it.
good comment.
Forrest Gump.
I know, but like, what do you mean, like family? Like what everyone else like calls his family?
No,
and
Straight
they
Flame
call
is
him-
known as Bubba. When he goes like home for Christmas, they're like, "Hey, Bubba's here."
Okay. So, all right. Why?
Like-
okay, Bubba's
Like
a great
Hubba
name.
Bubba, yay! He's
Bubba's
in the
here.
house.
Yeah. What is the story of Bubba? Yeah. Is it gum based?
All right, it's not like Hubba Bubba Gumball Company. It's more like Bubba Gump Shrimp Company.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
All right.
Anybody else can talk now. Thank you.
Is this in
The
code
end.
or is this for
Where's
real?
Joe tonight?
I know
Or-
Joe's in chat. And he's not in. He's being a bitch.
Joseph, get your artistic arson in the situation.
No, he's an artist. We can't like rely on them ever.
Oh my god, so fickle.
So Samaraj throws the beans and radishes on the floor. She's all, "I'm not gonna eat this swell. Bring me something
Yeah,
good." And
I need
Serene's
an
like-
8. At least an
Yeah.
8, Dan.
Yeah.
She's like, at least an 8. This I rate this a 4. She
You
said.
mean, she really wanted a chicken fried steak. So Serene's like, "Okay, if we get you something else, then will you answer our questions?" And Samaraj's like, "Yeah, maybe. Get my food first, dummy." And Serene's like, "Get her some food." And in walks the cat swain. And cat
The
swain.
cat swain. The
she's
cat
like-
swain with the cat swain.
She says,
You know what I mean?
I see the
No.
child has. I do. I see
Okay.
it.
Okay.
The child has refused her meal. She does a judo move. Gary, were you impressed by this move? It says, quote, Catswain grabbed Samaraj by the hair and with a casual sweep of her foot, knocked the woman's legs out from beneath her, dropping her to the floor. What belt? What belt color?
Yeah.
Right?
Dan, I
Good
love you.
question. Good question.
Maybe purple. I don't know.
Purple, orange.
Purple.
I got up to seventh degree blue belt, but our blue is like more like baby blue, which I always like. Why is this so baby blue? But yeah, Dan, what did you get up to? You got a green, right?
I got just the first one.
Yeah.
I got just the first and the next.
Hey,
time.
Josh, what belt did you get
In what?
when you
Kung Fu.
learned to kill? When you learned the arts of killing another man? What belt?
Yeah,
did
with
you
your
get
bare
to?
hands.
Not very far.
You know, no, that's why you
Yeah.
got guns. Okay.
So,
No, when the purge happens.
You live in Florida?
flawed man.
So Catswain walks up, does a judo move, throws Samaraj's face first on the floor, and she's all, "Eat the beans, bitch." Samaraj is like, "I'm going to kill you first. I'm going to kill everyone in your family. I'm going to kill your cat." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, okay. Give me that chair." She picks her up and just starts. And she's like, "Bring everyone who can see in as I
Yeah.
spank
Anchor.
Samaraj." And she just starts spanking. Just
Just spank it away.
Just
Work
the,
it to, work it to, work it to, work it to.
and you know what? Like
Yeah.
the first 10 or 12, it's like, all right, that kind of hurts. She keeps going. 20, 30,
okay. Yeah.
Wow. Dan must
35.
have the props for this one, I think. Oh my god, I'm getting
36. So many spanks. And Samaraj is like, "Oh,
Your
fuck."
little felt hand is gonna break off, man.
And then she stops. She's like, "Hey, you gonna eat that food? I don't like it wasted." She's like, she lifts her hand again. She's like, "What?" And Samaraj is like, "No, I'll eat it. No. Oh, it's so good. It's so good." eating beans and radishes off the ground.
Oh,
That drops my 5 to like a 1.
Right.
No, actually, well, now let's think about it. Maybe it smelled so great, and they're the best. And they're the best beans ever made. That she's like, oh my god, I'm willing to get down and eat them off the fucking floor. I'm changing my. Hey,
Right?
I'm changing
She's
my.
like, "Oh
I'm
my
going up
God,
to an
what
8
is
right
in
now.
this? Is this?
Oh
is
yeah,
this
she's
meat?
like, oh, is this
Is this
cinnamon?
meat that I'm? Oh my God, it's incredible. What else did you put?
Yeah,
Human.
yeah.
Rat
She's like,
turd?
oh yeah.
Oh my God, delicacy where I come from.
Thank you, Kay.
Cockroach
Nice.
stuck in my teeth, but it's good. It's good shit. Anyways,
Stringy beans. Oh no. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I think they're the best beans ever made, and like your mock,
Probably.
you should really
good
rethink
foot.
your score, Dan. Actually, you too, Kay. You gave it a -5.
I did.
Yeah. I just
It's
bumped
the
it up to
worst.
an 8.
It's the worst.
It was on
can't
a
even
dirty
fathom.
wooden floor. It like all the juice started soaking
Ugh.
into the pine boards.
Gross.
Gross.
Stone floor, I would guess, but
No, it said it was pine or it was wooden. Hold on, where is it? It says on.
Well, we all know things taste better off wood.
What?
I just want to say that I love everyone on this screen right now.
we love you
Love you
too.
too, Ryan.
Love
Jinx.
you, buddy.
Oh, hey, good news, Dan. While you're thinking about what you want to say, I'm employed now. I'm going to be a special ed teacher starting in December.
I'm so
I have
proud.
I have my class. I-
Whoops.
I passed the background checks, which thank you, Elon Musk. And with that, I'm like ready to children are the future. Teach them well. Let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride.
So it says, Ryan, the brass platter lay discarded the bean soaking juice into the aged wooden boards.
You just wouldn't go.
Eating beans off the ground like that, you're gonna get splinters in your tongue, bro.
No, but if it's that good,
Yeah.
damn.
Not
lick-
if it's
you're gonna lick-
laminated well, Dan.
splinters?
Yeah.
God.
It's the best
Baby.
beans
Treated
ever.
Wooden
And you,
floors, and they're gonna be fine.
Cat
What if-
Swain thinks she
Treated or not treated.
beat her
Treated or
down,
not
but
treated.
really she just got her so close that she smelled how amazing they were. And she's like, oh well,
Yeah.
Fine, I'll do it.
yeah.
Oh,
I've
God.
lived 3,000 years. Nothing's embarrassing anymore.
So Samurai, quote, practically leapt off of her lap and scrambled onto the floor, eating the beans.
Mm-hmm.
She's a person, just a person like any of us.
Sure.
And they're like, all right, fixed her. Next. And then it goes to a parent point of view. Anything about this Cat Swain and Samurai stuff?
So it's it's pretty amazing how she came to the realization that in order to break her, she had to understand how to break herself.
Right, I agree.
Humiliation was the key, and it was
Yeah.
something so easy to figure out, but the other sisters couldn't come to that conclusion. My disappointment was after the strong moment in the chapter, we suddenly have to go to Perrin. Oh my god. This last POV I struggled with. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like the ultimate yin and yang.
Yeah, it is.
And it's such a bummer
the
to
strongest
end.
versus the weakest little
Uh-huh.
bitches.
Bummer
Yeah,
that
it's a
ended.
shitty end to the show. Talking about this parent, because parent's like, he's talking to Grady. Grady's like, yeah. And parent has refugees for days here. He has so many refugees. He's silly with them. They're not sending their best. They're sending their rapists, their murderers. I'm just kidding. They're eating the dogs. Just kidding.
You're eating the cats. Eating the
I'm
dog.
kidding.
Eating the cats. Cats eating.
But this is
Never
what
mind.
Parent has
That
just
TikTok
a
lives.
country's worth, a whole like town, a city's worth of people with him, and he's like, "All right, Grady, you got to make gateways to send all these people." He's like, "Yeah, I've done the math. If I can make a gateway that's about 2 people wide. If it takes 1 second for 2 people to go through, next 1 second, I'm gonna be here for days. We got so many people, and
Okay,
I
I
can
have a
only hold a
question.
gateway open for like an hour. Go."
Right. Tired.
Why aren't they sending the Ashaman to go find other Ashaman who aren't so tired to help them with this effort? Why are they relying on 2 people who are super tired?
That's a good question.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Why can't they go
That's a
find
great
help
question.
and then bring back? I mean, can't Rand part with a few of his dudes? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's a good. Does
Parent's not a
Parent
good
know
problem
this?
solver.
Yeah. Does Parent have access to that? Can Grady just go like, "Oh yeah, I'll just go get like 10 people. I'll be right back."
I mean, I don't know why it's so difficult. I mean,
Mm.
I don't know.
Huh.
It does seem like they could just open a gateway, crawl through it,
To the
grab
Black Tower and bring them
well-rested
people.
Ashaman, and bring them back.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they're
What
just
is
using
wrong
the
with that?
Grady Express. The Grady Express is all they got right now. And Grady's like, "I'm good for about an hour, and then I need a nap." So I mean,
Tyshar.
Right, yes.
when I was 20, you know what? I could make gateways. I made
Wow.
one time. I made
Keep going.
I made
Dan.
11 gateways in 24 hours.
Yes, keep going. You should put
Uh-huh.
hands on the big screen.
But
I
now,
think.
like, I make
Give
a
him his
gateway,
star
and when a gateway happens, it's great. But then, like, I can make a gateway in the morning. That gateway, like,
It's
can
like
only
pretty
fit,
consistent
like,
in the
one
morning,
person.
but no other time.
and then at night, my gateway. But like, I can't take people like during the day, so I need to rest.
Yeah,
Says
there's
Brady.
just too many gateways. Too many gateways.
Tyshar quote: "Big enough for about 2 men."
Nice.
That's good.
Come
That's
on.
good stuff.
Good
That's
one.
good stuff. I love you, Dan. Good stuff. Come on! I like your scream even better. Come on! He's hyped, Dan.
let's see.
Parents accepted his otherness. I think that's important to point out here.
And yeah,
He does mention the wolf in the cage who had gone wild, the wolf man who had gone wild. I liked seeing that, because we talked about that last show.
Uh-huh.
You
And we
mentioned
learned
that
that Parent pretty much.
he
Oh, go ahead, Kay. I'm sorry.
He mentioned that he mentioned that he tried to kill a hopper in the dream,
Mhm.
and I'm like, not Hopper.
I think we saw that happen. Yeah. We saw
Yeah,
that
that
happen.
was a while ago.
It was a while
Yeah, it
ago.
was a while ago. Yeah.
There's a little touching moment that he does not like the term golden eyes because he's like, "No, I'm in Ibarra, and there's only like me and maybe a couple of us left. So if you just know me as golden eyes, then that name dies."
Yeah, but that was weird, I thought, because he hadn't been like super big about his name, I thought, until, correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't think he was like really big about his name or like wanting to, maybe that's the land that I'm thinking.
Yeah, it kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah, I agree.
But it was kind of just out of nowhere. Anyways, I just didn't think it was like a big deal to him. And then all of a sudden it's like a big deal what he's called. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yep.
it's just a difference in writer, like portraying Perrin through his POV. I don't know.
But it,
Yeah.
yeah, no, good point.
For me, a lot of like parents' thoughts are now just like info dumps.
Yeah.
It's almost like the villain tied up Batman is like, well, let me tell you my entire plan, Batman. First, I was gonna capture you, and then I was gonna like I
it
feel
felt
like
more
he's just
complicated before.
Now he's just like explaining shit, and it's.
Well,
I mean,
you could
like,
look at it as him integrating these different parts of himself now that he's not in stress mode, seeking out Fael.
Well,
yeah, but
And
it's
yeah.
interesting. But
he
he,
did say
I
that
guess
he
you
was,
could read it like that, but like also he's also reflecting on how stressed out he was during his time whilst
Right.
looking for Fael. So it feels like that might be kind of counterproductive to his like mental healing state in the moment, you know, if you will.
Right.
And I feel like he's just really like not like he's just much more straightforward right now. And this is not what I know Perrin to be, or who I know him to be.
well, he does realize at the end of the chapter he needs to go to the Wolf Dream to get answers.
Right. And I do like his
maybe
introspection.
This is just like his time of revelation, and that's fine. I can accept that.
I like him thinking about his powers and being like, why don't these guys smell the blood on his boots?
Mm-hmm.
Why, if they like paid attention, they could probably do it, right?
Right.
And he's like, nah, I'm fucking magic. Magic. But yeah, he's like, it says, quote, he pursued Fael with determination, avoiding the wolf dream as he had avoided all his other responsibilities. He'd claimed that nothing else had mattered, but he knew the truth was much more difficult. He says the answers might lie in his dreams. It was time to return.
See, none of that sounds like Perrin to me. Nothing about that sounds like Perrin. The Perrin that I know, the complicated, very distant, very detached from his feelings about anything during any point in time. And if it is about his feelings for Fael or something, it's like this just overwhelming amount of feeling, and then he just is like overcome with the feeling, and he can't even like control a lot of what happens. But it's just like this, there's a lot of like extreme feelings, I guess is what I'm trying to say, in the beginning of like Perrin, like with Robert Jordan's writing of Perrin, and then like versus this feels just very self-actualized and in a weird way that I just don't. Yeah.
We see Rand going through a self-actualization too. So maybe it's just Sanderson recognizing he needs to mature the character so that we can get on with the story.
We also have this. Yeah. We also have this pulling that Perrin has mentioned a few times, where he's like, I feel like I have to go to Rand, and it hasn't been really described what this is besides this knowledge or this like feeling, this intuition, but we don't know how strong that is. We don't know how pervasive it is. So this feeling might have triggered some of these like introspections to a certain degree, because he's like, oh, suddenly I got to go this way, and I don't want to, but this is just Tavernus working.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think, Carrie? What do you think about Perrin?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about, because this last paragraph was really good, and I know you read part of it. It talks about how her rescue had been an excuse to avoid things, and once he rescued her, so many things were still wrong. And we already know that, he killed that guy that she was with in the camp. But is this... I mean, I kind of want to go towards that Taverin discussion that Josh brought up several weeks ago about him rescuing Fael. Was he supposed to do that, or was he going against his Tavernness or the pattern? And I'm wondering, is the pattern, did he veer so far off the track that the pattern is now gonna
deviate or something,
correct itself somehow? Like what are the things that he thinks are still wrong? We don't. Yeah, we don't know
that's a great question, Carrie, because we don't see this sort of strong impulse in Matt. He recognizes the colors, he knows that they're there, but he hasn't expressed this like huge pull to get next to Rand. But he may have not.
Wait, Matt or Perrin?
Matt.
But he may not have
Okay.
deviated as much from the pattern as Perrin
I think
had.
so. I mean, he was giving to the daughter of the Nine Moons. He was still fulfilling his role in the pattern.
No, but that's
So he was doing his role, but yeah.
Brother Dan, I love that point. Like,
Go
going
for it.
back to
Yeah.
like what Josh was saying, it was like, was him saving Fael going against the pattern,
Yeah.
which is an amazing idea. And now if that's the case, like, follow that through. Like, yeah, I love that. That's cool.
Is
So
he
what does that
getting
mean?
is he
Like,
getting
yeah,
the
is that
whiplash
gonna
now?
shake things up? Or because I interpreted this thing of like feeling that things are wrong as it being like her
Mhm.
lover that was killed, and that was the thing that was wrong. But maybe, yeah, maybe it's not at all.
I think there's two possible. I mean, there's more than two, but two ways you could look at it would be like he felt purpose when he was looking for Fael, and he mentioned how he felt like he was lost now. So you could see that the Taveran pull is now another sense of purpose that he's just
Is
replaced.
Roland in his head at all, do you think?
I don't know.
No, he was telling. I couldn't think of that guy's name, and I think
Roland.
Ben was just telling
Yeah.
me what the guy's name was when I was
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
Oh,
when he-
probably, yeah,
when he
yeah.
killed him. Because he,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
he still doesn't know who that guy was that he killed. He thought it was
No,
just
he
a
doesn't.
chapter of.
Like
Yeah,
a random,
you're right.
yeah.
All right,
He
Yeah,
thought it was
Case
some rando, and
Hey,
yet
real quick,
he was
case aside, what do you think about this comment from Brian Kinsey? He said, the crisis is over, time to reflect. It's understandable. He's saying, like,
what?
yeah, like, Perrin finally saved Fael, and he's done all sorts of, like, violence to get there, and now he's, like, sitting down and reflecting on it. Like,
Right.
it's gonna be different because he's never had time to do it because he's been in one crisis mode, you know, after the
Well,
other.
that's respectable. I get that. Like, I feel like that's very accurate and could very well be Perrin's story. Like, maybe he is just sitting there going, fuck, I went to the extreme measures that I like broke my own,
Yeah.
ethics and morals. I broke my own codes to do this one thing because this love feeling overwhelmed everything else that I knew. And so, yeah, it seems plausible that Perrin might be sitting there in some sort of like regret
Yeah,
for those
yeah.
decisions.
But
And maybe
but
Fael will be like his downcoming. Maybe Fael is his, like Achilles heel kind of. I don't know.
but I'll give you credit. Like, it does read different, and we're just it does read different. Like, and that's just
He
gonna,
feels like a different person. Like Perrin feels like a very different person. Like I don't feel like I even know who is I don't what this doesn't make sense. So it just felt weird, a little off kilter for me, but I'll get used to it, I'm sure.
Well, this entire
or
book,
maybe
Perrin has
it's
been.
the arc. I don't know.
Go ahead. All right.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, this entire book, Perrin has been in an ocean, like in a weird rip curl, right? Just this weird swirl. He had this knot. He was trying to rescue his wife. He rescued her, and then shit is still weird. He thought that things were going to be fixed, and they weren't. Perrin has no oar right now. He is just in this tide, and he's like, it seems like I'm being pulled towards Rand, kind of thing. He's interesting because his goal was met, and he has no satisfaction.
Right.
None at all. Like, we haven't seen him with his wife yet, have we?
No, that's true, because like everybody else that we see following the pattern, or like what they were meant to do, or what feels like they were meant to do in that moment, there's some sort of satisfaction. You're right. There's like some sort of like outcome that is helpful to them in some way, even if it's just satisfactory in the moment. Like it doesn't have to even be like to their arc of the story or anything triumphant. It just is in sync with what their shit is. So I don't. Yeah, this is fucking weird.
Yeah, he was like, all I need to do is find my wife. He set up this
He's
whole
not even
elaborate
better.
thing. He got her, and nothing is fixed. Nothing for him. He's like, I got to deal with this. I'm just gonna try and fix his wagon because I don't want to deal with all these problems. This shit is horrible.
Yeah, he's got like many more lovers, more problems in Parents' World. You know, like bullshit.
Yeah. Is there anything else about this or any of the chapters we covered before we wrap it up?
I think we covered all the main points.
Okay.
What are we doing next week?
We are doing 4 chapters, 18 through 21. It is 52 pages, so it's a few less than this. But I was going to do the chapter after. I was going to do 22, but 22 is one that we want to combine for the next one. So continuity, we're doing a little shorter one, only 50 pages really this week. But it's going to be worth it.
I like this book so far. I really like it a lot. Like it was helpful in the first like previous chapters where I didn't get to discuss these with you guys, but like a few of them were I was like, oh my god, this feels like I'm in a child's book almost. And I'm sorry to say that. I'm not trying to offend Brandon Sanderson as a writer or author or anything at all. I'm actually saying it was just easier for me to understand in some ways because he kept repeating like who was speaking, and it was like every stanza was a, if you can even call it that, like, but every other comma was like a reference to who was speaking, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not forgetting who's talking in this POV anymore because he keeps saying the actual name, which is super weird. And I didn't like it entirely. Like it was too much, to be honest. It was like a lot. So there's a middle ground, I think, between like Robert Jordan just completely obliterating and not even referencing who's speaking anymore in a POV, to where you get kind of lost as to who's talking at all during a chapter sometimes, to where like this is so over-explanatory in some ways that it feels a little bit unbalanced. But I think they're going to come together and find their groove. I'm hopeful for that, and I'm excited about it. And I like this book so far. Anyways, the pace of it, anyways, is good for me.
Good for me too.
I'm enjoying it as well, and I hope you guys are enjoying the show as we are going through it. We're here every Tuesday at 10:30 Eastern. Join us. We also have a show on Sunday that talks spoiler stuff. So join us there, 7 p.m. Eastern. 2 shows a week, guys, for like going on over 4 years. Come on.
That's awesome.
Bring it.
It's amazing.
So, yeah.
Puppets rule.
But that's it. We will we'll see you next week. We'll see you Saturday. Yeah. Be good humans.
Bye, all.
Use your blinker.
Bye.